of water. Pick your water. I don't care. And a half bottle of water. About a half. And put that on boil, medium high. Alright, here we go. We're going to prep the jar. Fresh jar, just cleaned it. Here we go, excuse me. This is what works for me. So the strainers eat. 2 lemons. Again, we're still prepping. You could wash your lemons, that would probably be advisable, but I don't. 2 lemons. Somebody tells me that the rinds are really good, so we're going to put that in the boiling water. Okay, 2 lemons in my jar. In prep, we're going to do honey. Now, the original recipe called for 4 tablespoons of honey. I do about half that much, so I just do a good, there's 1, 2 tablespoons. Perfect. Now, my jar is prepped, so we move on. We're going to do ginger. They say do 4 to 5 inches of ginger. Don't worry about these knots, you can't do nothing with them. So what I'm going to do is cut it there. I'm going to cut it there. I have 2 pieces of ginger and I'm going to peel it. So I have about 4 to 5 inches of ginger. This is pretty big ginger. And then cut it in about 1 inch pieces, like so. And I'm going to show you a trick to cutting ginger. If you try to slice it like this freaking shit is hard and it's really hard to do. So you cut it in about 1 inch strips, and then you take these strips and just cut down. Just like that. Piece of cake. We're gonna boil all this ginger, so let me cut it up. All our ginger cut up right here. Yeah, like that. We're gonna go over here to our boiling water. I'm gonna put that in. We still have our lemon in there. It says about 10. I pour a small handful and go, yeah, that's about right. Pour another small handful, that's about right. That's probably a 12 to 15 cloves. Okay. Then we're gonna go bay leaf. The original recipe called for 7 to 8 bay leaves. That's about what I do. I take, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Grind it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 bay leaves. There you go. Anywhere. 8, 10, whatever you want in bay leaf. But you got to crunch them up. And we're going to let that boil for 10 to 15 minutes. So, somebody, Dean Evelyn, told me, hey, you should boil the lemon rind. And so I started doing that, and it does good. But before you put the turmeric in, take the lemon rind out, or the lemon rind sucks up all the turmeric and then you throw away a bunch of the turmeric. So I boil it in there 10-15 minutes. You want that to boil really good. That's the cloves, the garlic, or the ginger, and the bay leaves, and the lemon. And cloves. We've been boiling for about 8-9 minutes here. We're gonna go ahead and remove the lemon rind, because we don't want it to suck up all the turmeric. And whether that's good, I don't know, but it sure tastes good. So, use a steel spoon, because if you use a wooden spoon, you're gonna turn it yeller. I mean, yeller. So I put about a tablespoon of turmeric. Is my shit exact, dude? Just like that. Look at that yellow luscious. So now we have ginger, cloves, bay leaves, and a tablespoon of turmeric. We're gonna let that boil just a minute and then just turn it off. Now we're gonna let it sit. So we'll be back. Here we go. So this has been setting only about 10-15 minutes. Look guys, sometimes I'll let it set for 30 minutes. I'll let it sit for an hour. What you're doing is letting all this stuff soak into the water and you're making tea. And so right now we have ginger, cloves, bay leaves, and now turmeric. Don't that look delicious? My golly. So over here, we have our jar. We prepped it with 2 lemons and about 2 tablespoons of honey. And then we're going to take our juice and we're going to dump it in the jar. You want all the goodness. That's where all the goodness is right there. Here's what we got. Ginger, everything. And then in our jar, we have a seal lid. You can see the honey and all the juice. And then just give it a swirl. And then since it was boiling just a while ago, it's kind of hot. But stick this in your fridge and let it get cool. Me and Dina make one of these about every 4 days. Because she'll sip on it and I sip, but we get a big sip in the morning. We get a big sip in the evening. And guys, this is ginger. Go look up ginger. Cloves. Go look up clove tea. Clove tea is the shit. Bay leaves. Be careful with bay leaves. You can't eat bay leaves, but you can boil them and make tea out of them. Then we have honey and lemon, fresh lemon. That was something me and Dina come up with. They didn't put lemon in their original recipe. They didn't put turmeric in the original recipe. Go look up turmeric. You need some anti-inflammation. So we put that in the fridge. Off a bit. And then come back, take a sip. There you go. That's, what do we call it? Concoction.
Ginger concoction.
Ginger concoction. Guys, that's some healthy shit right there. And when you pull it out of the fridge, it'll settle a little bit. Just stir it up, give it a swirl.
And take a drink right out of the jar.
Yeah, I'd take a drink right now, but it's hot. So we'll let it fridge. Go off. There you go, ginger concoction, man.